All right, so you know how sometimes it feels like you're just going through the motions each day?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, today we're going to take a look at how maybe just some small changes to your routine could actually make a big difference to how happy you are.
And we're going to do that by using a really interesting source, a podcast episode, actually.
Yeah, from English Sleep Podcast, the one with Aaron and Evan.
Right, where they both talk about their daily routines.
And it's not just about like copying them exactly, it's more like taking inspiration from their approaches.
Exactly. It's about understanding why they do the things they do,
Hmm.
and then seeing if any of that resonates with you and if it could potentially work in your own life.
So we're going to look at their routines like throughout the whole day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole shebang.
Perfect.
Mm.
So why don't we start at the very beginning,
Okay, sounds good.
the morning routine.
Makes sense.
So Erin starts her day at 6 a.m. pretty early.
Yeah, that is early.
But what I found really interesting is that the first thing she does is some gentle stretching right there in bed.
Yeah, I like that idea too. Instead of just like jumping out of bed and going straight into the craziness of the day.
Totally. It's like easing into things.
Right, giving your body a chance to kind of wake up gradually and peacefully.
And she also mentioned that she tries to avoid checking her phone first thing.
Oh, I think we've all been there, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely guilty of that.
But it's so tempting. It's like the first thing you reach for.
Totally. But she's saying that by resisting that urge, it actually helps her to have a more focused and revitalizing start to the day.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like all those notifications and messages can just be overwhelming first thing in the morning.
Right. And it just gets you thinking about all the things you have to do instead of just being present in the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about Evan's morning routine. He wakes up a bit later, around 6:15,
Okay.
and he also avoids the phone initially, which I think is great.
Yeah. Definitely sticking to that theme of mindfulness.
Absolutely. But what's interesting is that his first actions are really physical.
Oh, what does he do?
So he washes his face with cold water and brushes his teeth.
Oh, that's interesting. I can see how that would wake you up.
It's like a quick jolt to the system, right? It
Yeah,
really
yeah.
gets the blood flowing.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it probably feels really refreshing too, especially that cold water.
Definitely. And then he does something else that I've heard is really good for you.
What's that?
He drinks a full glass of room temperature water with lemon.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about that.
It's supposed to be really good for your digestion and metabolism. Plus, it keeps you hydrated.
Right. So it's like a little boost for your body from the inside out.
Exactly. And then he moves into something a little more mental.
What does he do?
He does a 10-minute mindfulness meditation.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
It is. He focuses on his breathing and sets some positive intentions for the day.
I can see how that would be a great way to start the day. Like you're setting yourself up for success.
Right. You're creating that space for mental clarity and a positive mindset.
And then after that, he does 10 minutes of light yoga.
Yeah, just some stretching to release any stiffness and boost his energy.
Oh, I like that. It's like a combination of taking care of your mind and your body.
Exactly. It's a holistic approach to starting the day.
So now let's talk about something I know a lot of people can relate to, Evan's coffee ritual.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
He specifically mentions that he enjoys just the aroma of the coffee. It's like a mood booster for him.
Oh, I totally get that. The smell of fresh coffee is just so good.
It's like instant happiness in a mug.
Right. It's that
Okay.
sense of anticipation and comfort. It's a ritual.
And then, of course, comes breakfast.
The most important meal of the day, some say.
So true. So Erin usually has oatmeal with fruits, nuts, and honey.
Oh, that sounds good. And healthy, too.
Yeah, and she said it's quick to make, which is important in the morning.
Right. You don't want to be spending hours in the kitchen.
And Evan has either scrambled eggs or avocado toast with fruit.
Both good choices, packed with protein and healthy fats,
Yeah, so they're both fueling their bodies with good stuff.
which is essential for energy and focus throughout the day.
And they both mentioned that they like to listen to music or podcasts while they eat.
Well, that's a nice touch. It makes breakfast more enjoyable.
Yeah, and it's a chance to maybe learn something new or just relax and listen to something you enjoy.
Now, Erin did share a little secret about her shower routine.
Oh, what's that?
She finishes with 30 seconds of cold water.
Brr, I don't know if I could do that.
It's definitely not for everyone, but she says it's amazing for waking up.
I can imagine. It's like a shock to the system.
Yeah, it gets the blood pumping and makes you feel more alert.
Interesting. So Evan just sticks with a regular warm shower then.
He does. He likes to keep things simple.
That makes sense. And then the final thing Evan does before starting his workday is he reviews his plan for the day and jots down any key tasks or goals in his planner.
Yeah, that's a really good habit.
Hmm.
It helps to stay organized and focused.
Definitely. It's like you're setting your intentions for the day.
And it can also help to reduce stress because you know exactly what you need to do.
All right, so we've covered their morning routines pretty thoroughly.
We have.
Now let's move on to the afternoon, which can be a tough time for a lot of people.
Yeah, that afternoon slump is real.
So Evan mentioned that he takes a short break after lunch.
Just a quick walk to get some fresh air.
Oh, that's smart. It helps to clear your head and get your blood flowing again.
Right, it's a little reset for both your mind and body.
And for lunch, he usually has something light, like a salad with protein or a simple sandwich.
Yeah, nothing too heavy that will weigh you down and make you feel sleepy.
Good point.
Yeah,
And he also uses the Pomodoro technique.
which is a really great way to stay focused.
Yeah. Can you explain how that works?
Sure. So basically, you work for 25 minutes straight and then take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
And during that break, you can stretch, get some water, or just relax for a few minutes.
So it's like built-in breaks to prevent burnout.
Exactly. It helps to keep you from getting overwhelmed and keeps your energy levels up.
Smart. Now, what about Erin?
Well, she's also all about those intentional breaks.
Oh, good.
She actually sets reminders on her phone to step away from her work.
That's a good idea. Because sometimes you just get so caught up in what you're doing that you forget to take a break.
Right. And when she does take a break, she usually does some deep breathing exercises or has a cup of tea.
Oh, those both sound really relaxing.
They are. It's about finding little ways to de-stress and recharge throughout the day.
Right. And just like Evan plans his morning, Erin prioritizes her afternoon by writing down her top 3 tasks.
Yeah, so she can focus on what's most important and avoid getting sidetracked,
Makes sense. And they both emphasize the importance of staying hydrated.
which is so crucial.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget to drink enough water when you're busy.
Yeah, but even mild dehydration can affect your energy levels and focus.
Absolutely. So make sure you're sipping on water throughout the day.
And then around 3 p.m., they both said they might have a cup of tea or coffee if they need a little pick-me-up.
Yeah, just a little something to get him through the rest of the afternoon.
So they're not relying on sugary snacks or energy drinks.
Nope, they're making healthier choices.
Okay, so we've made it through the afternoon.
We have.
Now let's talk about the evening routine, which is all about winding down and transitioning from work mode to relaxation mode.
That's such an important part of the day because it really sets you up for a good night's sleep.
Totally. So Erin starts her evening routine by reviewing her day and making a note of any unfinished tasks for the next day.
Oh, that's a good idea. It helps to clear your mind and prevents those thoughts from swirling around later when you're trying to sleep.
Right, it's like you're closing the loop on the day.
And after that, she usually goes for a short walk or does some stretching.
So she's getting some movement in, but also signaling to her body that it's time to relax.
Exactly. It's a way to physically transition from work to leisure.
And both Erin and Evan make it a point to have dinner without any screens.
Yeah, no phones, no TV, just good food and good conversation.
That's lovely. It's so easy to get distracted by screens these days.
It is, so it's nice to have that dedicated time to just be present and enjoy the meal.
Absolutely. And Erin mentioned that she likes to try new recipes sometimes, even simple ones.
Yeah, it keeps things interesting.
Right. And she also makes a point of tidying up the kitchen after dinner.
I like that. It creates a sense of order and calm.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice to wake up to a clean kitchen, too.
Absolutely. So in terms of relaxation activities, Erin enjoys reading or watching a relaxing show.
And Evan might call a friend or listen to a lighthearted podcast.
So again, it's about finding things that you enjoy and that help you to de-stress.
And then as bedtime approaches, their routines really focus on preparing for sleep.
Right, so Erin starts winding down around 9 p.m.
Okay.
And the first thing she does is dim the lights and put away most of her electronics.
Ah, that makes sense. The blue light from screens can interfere with your sleep.
It can. It suppresses the production of melatonin, which is the hormone that helps you to feel sleepy.
So by reducing screen time in the evening, you're basically telling your body that it's time to start preparing for sleep.
Exactly. And Evan takes it a step further by turning off his laptop and keeping his phone in another room.
Wow, that's commitment.
It is, but it shows how serious he is about getting a good night's sleep,
And they both said that they take a warm shower before bed.
which can be really relaxing and help you to unwind.
Yeah, I know. I always sleep better after a warm shower.
And then after her shower, Erin usually reads a chapter of a book or does some journaling.
Oh, that's nice. It's a way to process her thoughts and clear her mind before sleep.
Yeah, and she also writes a gratitude list.
Oh, that's a great idea. It helps you to focus on the positive things from the day.
And then finally, she sets her alarm and lays out her clothes for the next day.
So she's setting herself up for a smooth morning.
Exactly. And if Evan has anything important on his mind, he'll jot down a to-do list for the next day.
That way he doesn't have to worry about forgetting anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they both try to go to bed at a reasonable hour.
to ensure they get enough sleep.
Right, because sleep is so crucial for our physical and mental health.
Couldn't agree more. So that was a pretty thorough look at Aaron and Evan's daily routines.
It was.
Hopefully you found some inspiration in their approaches.
Yeah, even if you don't adopt their routines exactly, you can still take away some key principles.
Absolutely. Like the importance of mindfulness, intentional breaks, and prioritizing sleep.
Those are all things that can make a big difference in your overall well-being.
So as you go about your day today, think about one small change you could make to your routine.
It could be anything from starting your day with some stretching to taking a few minutes to meditate before bed.
The key is to be intentional about it and see how it makes you feel.
You might be surprised at the positive impact it has on your life.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.